So, did you know you can max out a fishing pole within a single day? And I'm not capping. If I was to say what is the most top 5 boring thing to do in this game, is basically fishing. And it takes a freaking decade. I did it because I had to basically get every single feat in the game just so I could freaking get my champion laurel. And let me just say, it wasn't fun. I would have to say fishing is the top 5 most boring things to do because it just takes freaking forever. So let's say you start off with a freaking basic fishing pole, right? Let's say you start off with a freaking basic fishing pole. You need to get 200 anger tokens, right? So that I'm going to have to say 200 anger tokens and pretty much how slow it's going to be. I'm going to have to say it's going to take about 2 or 3 hours just to get level 2. But once you reach level 5, 8,000 anger tokens. Level 6, I forgot, 16,000. Level 7, 24,000. And then level 8, I remember this one, 48,000 anger tokens. It would take you about 2 or 3 months just to get you 48,000 anger tokens for that single crappy upgrade. So first, let me show you how long it takes to basically fishing. So I don't know how long this is actually going to take. Let's use the basic fishing pole. Let's use the basic fishing pole. I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to pop Shadow Reap up. So that way I can basically see how long it takes me to go fishing. When you catch a single fish, it takes almost a minute. It takes almost a minute just to catch one goddamn fish, bro. Which is crazy. So just by catching 40 of them, that's already like 40 minutes past since it's already a minute. Alright, so how long was that? So my Shadow Reap is on 30 seconds, so I give it about, that was 35 seconds. That was 35 seconds to catch a fish. So it takes about like less than like 2 fishes per minute. So yeah, I know what you're thinking. How do I get this fishing pole to like maxed out in a single day? Knowing that it takes forever to catch a fish. Let me show you something real quick, right? Alright. So pretty much, let me remove this off. Alright. So this is basically this title's called the Big Ass Angler. You have to catch every single gold fish in every single pond, which is like 6 or 7 of them, and you get this title. It's called Reduce Auto Fishing Time by 10%. And there's a bug. So here's what you do. You basically get off this. You get off this 10 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 10. So what I just did was I just stacked reduce auto fishing waiting time by 100%. Every single time when you get off the title and come back on it, it reduces it. So check this out. Remember how I was fishing? So now all you have to do is go auto fishing, and you just instantly fishing. Remember how it took 35 seconds? Remember how it took 35 seconds to catch a fish? Well, I'm going to basically catch 40 within like 40 seconds. That's the big difference. Now, let me tell you something, bro. When I figure out this glitch, which this is not an exploit, by the way, and you won't get banned for it neither. This glitch has been working since fishing came out. And plus, when I got my fishing pole from level 7 to level 8, it only took me a couple of hours. I think it took me like 4 or 5 hours. No, I'm capping. Maybe 3 out of 5 hours just to get 48,000 anger tokens. Which That would have taken me like a month, 2 months, 3 months, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, did you see that? But what really sucks the most is that even though like what's gonna be the most boring part is basically dismantling everything. But I ain't done just yet. There's a couple of things I gotta show you as well. Also, don't jump on a fly mount. Do not jump on a fly mount because I think that also ruins the bug. You can always reset the bug as well if you basically mess it up. So pretty much, right? You go to this guy, right? You're only allowed to have 40 baits on your in your inventory. So you give it to your pet, collect 40 baits. Give it to your pet, collect another 40 baits. Give it to your pet. And yeah, so you stack on a bunch of baits. You stack on a bunch of baits, so that way you don't have to keep going back to NPC, and then you go back fishing. And that's how it works. Once you use all your bait in your inventory and you dismantle all the fishes, you get the 40 baits, and then you get the 40 baits out your pet, put it in your inventory, and then yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, this glitch has been working since fishing basically came out. I figured out this glitch when I was halfway to maxing out my fishing pole. I think I was like level 7, and then someone told me about this glitch. I was like, man, it took me like 2-3 years just to reach level 6 on the fishing pole, because I come back and forth. It's just so boring. Like, you see how I'm catching all this fish? That would basically, like, a single fish takes like 35 seconds, bro. And I'm already catching all of this. Now I'm basically full. That's the most annoying. That's gonna be the most annoying part. Alright, so let's see. I had 17. Eh? How much do you get for an angler? Wow. Hold on, there's something I need to see before I end this video. Man, that really sucks. You don't really get anything from these damn fishes. It's like, in order to, man, I mean, in the progress, let me see how, wait, I wasn't paying attention. One angler. Oh my god. So that means you need to catch 200 fishes. You need to catch 200 fishes just to reach the next upgrade. I take that, my boys, I take that back. That's gonna take, I mean, the squid is 2, but everything is based on RG of what you catch. So I take that back. It would take it more than 3 hours. It would have to be. It would take about more than 3 hours just to reach level 2 on the goddamn fishing pole. So but I mean, regardless though, with this glitch, it would have basically let's see. Give me a second. I mean, I went from somewhere around like 1700 to like almost 800. Regardless though, I would give it a props that it would take me about like 5 minutes. I would turn a 5-hour farm to level 2 into like 10 minutes just to level up to level 2. But yeah, it's been your boy Rito here. Peace out, my boys. Enjoy your day. Make sure you hit that like button, bro. I always tell the truth, no caps.